Welcome back, my friends. I know it's been a while since I posted, but I've been trading the fair value gap, I believe, for about a month now. I've had pretty good success with it. It's a new concept for me. But today's price action kind of got me buggered a little bit. So if anybody's been trading this setup, I'd really like to see their feedback on whether they would have taken this trade today. I mean, we've got our 15 minutes. These are 5-minute candles on the MES. I trade the MES because it's a new strategy and I don't want to risk too much. So we've got our 5, 10, 15 minutes. We've got them marked out in our channel, and we have a breakdown with a gap, close outside. So based on the strategy that I saw, we would put a limit order right here for a revisit back into this. But we gapped down into a major supply level on the 4-hour chart. And I was just curious whether you would take a shot at this one and go short into that level or not. I mean, we could kind of watch this one play out slowly, and we could see if you've watched today or not. We definitely hit that supply, and that was the launching pad for us going up higher. And now, granted, I took the long off this level because it's a higher time frame, and that's the trade that made me money today. But it was a rough price action. But I'm just curious about this strategy specifically. If you would have taken that trade, I know we'd be back in it here because we revisited the area, and it held because our stop would have been right up here, right? Their level right here. So for a while. And then we'd have got stopped out, right? So now we're looking for, well, according to this, we'd probably be looking for the long. There's no gap here. We look like we had a gap there, but it closed it off. So we got no fair gap. So we wouldn't be in here yet. We got to pull back in the zone. Still nothing. And you got a kind of the same issue here, because I've got if you look up here, I've got a resistance, heavy resistance up here. So like if you can't take this trade down here, how can you take this one? So we've got our fair value gap, and then we just revisited. So we'd have been in here. I'll go ahead and pause it. So we would have been in on this trade. Correct, right here, because we'd have put our limit order here, and we'd have got filled on this pullback, and our stop would have been one below this one. Okay, so we'll just put it there, and then we're going for a 2-to-1, which would be right into that resistance. So I'm kind of curious on whether the higher time frames, whether you would take this trade into this. I know how it played out. It definitely set up real well. So we go into the resistance area, and we see some, and I think we go sideways for a while here. You're almost out there, and we would have been out there. Okay, so I mean, the trade was successful. So if the strategy, I'm just curious, and this would have been, I think the maximum trade you could take is 2. So of the day, because that's, you try to set defined rules. So this could have been our second trade, and we would have got our money. So we'd have made up the loss that we'd have got on this one. I know that one just went so fast, and those were big candles. But if anybody's been trading this strategy whether they let that, knowing where you're at on the charts and whether you're into support or resistance, whether that affects whether you take this trade or not, or you just trust the system and not worry about that. I know the back test that I saw the gentleman do, and I'll put his description in the link, or his a link to his video in the comments. But I'd love some feedback and see whether y'all would have taken this trade or not. Like I said, I've been pretty successful with the strategy so far. I only had one losing day, I believe. So here's kind of the results I've had since I've been trading it. I started, after I saw the video, I went ahead and took a first trade on the 7th, and like I said, the only trading bad day I had here, and actually on the 18th, I didn't take the setup properly, and my big loss on that day was because of that. I was trading, took 2 contracts and a spot I shouldn't have taken. But like I said, it's slow going, but it's consistent, and I think they said like an 80% win rate, which I'm above that, so I'm expecting it not to work here pretty soon, but for a couple days in a row. But I've enjoyed the strategy, and it gives you if you're out there looking for a system that's got simplified rules and you do it based on following the rules, it's definitely a nice system, especially for getting your feet wet, learning how to trade. And I know probably the best way to do it would be with maybe a prop firm and just trade the futures. I'm trading the futures with my own account, but that way you're only putting in maybe $100 to get a $25,000 account, something like that. I'm sure the prop firms are running a pretty good Black Friday deal around this time. And and just go out and just follow the system and make small wins, and maybe see if you can stay consistent and profitable for a month and earn that next contract. So anyway, I just thought I would give some feedback, and really looking for questions or answers to my question of whether you would have taken that trade, this one right here. So looking forward to some feedback. Take care now. Bye-bye then.